So you want to know if you can actually afford a Lamborghini. Not the fantasy version where you picture yourself pulling up to a valet stand with a V10 or a V12 screaming behind your head. The real version, the one where the purchase price is genuinely the smallest hurdle in the entire equation, and the ongoing costs are the thing that actually determines whether this becomes a dream come true or a financial regret. Subscribe before we start, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what it costs to own a Huracan or a Revuelto, from the day you sign the paperwork to the day you sell it years later, and you'll understand why Lamborghini ownership is really two completely different financial stories, depending on which of these two cars you're chasing. Let's start with the entry-level version of this dream, the Huracan, Lamborghini's V10-powered mid-engine supercar that's been the brand's volume seller for the better part of a decade. Depending on trim, a Huracan ranges from the more track-focused Technica and STO variants up through fully loaded configurations, with real-world pricing commonly landing somewhere in the low to mid $200,000 range before options. And ad personam customization, Lamborghini's in-house personalization program covering custom paint, stitching, and trim, can push that number meaningfully higher depending on how far a buyer wants to go. Now compare that to the Revuelto, Lamborghini's new flagship, a naturally aspirated V12, paired with a plug-in hybrid system that represents the most powerful and technologically advanced car the brand has ever built. The Revuelto starts at just over $600,000, but real-world configured examples with the options most buyers actually select commonly land somewhere between $680,000 and $750,000. And because the car has been effectively sold out for new orders through late 2026, buyers who don't want to sit on a 12 to 24-month waitlist are turning to the secondary market instead, where technically used examples with fewer than 100 miles on the odometer have traded for close to or even above $1 million. Now let's talk about what actually happens once you own either one of these, because this is where the story genuinely diverges from a normal luxury car purchase. Unlike a lot of mainstream luxury brands, Lamborghini doesn't include complimentary scheduled maintenance the way some competitors do, which means every single service visit is a real out-of-pocket bill from day one, rather than something absorbed into the original purchase price. On the Huracan specifically, industry cost trackers have estimated maintenance costs around $21,600 over a 5-year ownership window, with individual dealer service visits commonly running between $3,500 and $5,000 each, and that's before factoring in the kind of big-ticket item that catches a lot of first-time supercar owners off guard, carbon ceramic brake replacement, which frequently exceeds $10,000 when it eventually comes due. Insurance is its own significant line item as well, with full coverage on a Huracan averaging somewhere around $6,000 to $6,500 annually, according to recent 2026 rate data, though premiums can range anywhere from about $2,000 up past $20,000 a year, depending on the driver's age, location, driving record, and the specific model year, since insurers price these cars based heavily on repair costs and theft risk rather than simply the sticker price. Here's where it gets structurally different depending on which car you're looking at, because the Revuelto's ongoing costs exist in an entirely different universe than the Huracan's. Because there's no complimentary maintenance program, and the car is mechanically far more complex, combining a 12-cylinder engine with a hybrid electric system, published estimates put combined annual insurance, maintenance, fuel, and parts costs for a Revuelto somewhere around $30,000 a year at the low end, which industry sources have pointed out is roughly what a brand new Toyota Corolla costs, except that number is simply the recurring annual bill for keeping the Lamborghini running, rather than the price of the car itself. More comprehensive breakdowns that include insurance, maintenance, and financing together have put the true annual ownership cost of a Revuelto somewhere between $188,000 and $222,000 for a typical financed buyer, a figure that reflects just how much of the total cost of ownership on a car in this price range comes from financing charges and depreciation rather than simply fuel and oil changes. So what does the ownership math actually add up to across a realistic holding period, and does it justify the badge? For the Huracan, One detailed 5-year cost breakdown that combines depreciation, insurance, maintenance, fuel, and other running costs puts total 5-year ownership at approximately $257,000, which on a car with a purchase price in the low to mid 200s means the ongoing costs of ownership can realistically approach or even exceed the original sticker price by the time 5 years have passed. Fuel economy plays a real role here too, since a V10 Huracan returns roughly 14 miles per gallon combined, and the V12 hybrid Revuelto comes in slightly lower at around 12, meaning even fuel costs, which feel like a minor line item on a normal car, add up to a genuinely noticeable annual expense on a vehicle this thirsty, especially for owners who actually drive these cars regularly rather than storing them. Now for the stuff nobody warns you about before you place a deposit. First, depreciation on Lamborghinis moves in the opposite direction from almost every other car on the road right now, particularly on the Revuelto, where genuine scarcity and a wait list stretching past a year has pushed secondary market prices above original MRP rather than below it, meaning the traditional worry about a supercar losing value the moment it leaves the lot simply doesn't apply the same way to a sold-out flagship model. Second, that dynamic can reverse just as quickly as it appeared, since once Lamborghini's production catches up with demand and wait lists shrink, the premium buyers are currently paying on the secondary market has historically compressed on past flagship models, meaning anyone buying at today's inflated used prices is making a bet on continued scarcity rather than banking a guaranteed return. Third, the absence of complementary maintenance means every single service interval is a real bill, and owners who don't budget specifically for it, rather than assuming a Lamborghini works the way a normal luxury car's maintenance program does, are the ones who end up feeling blindsided by a $5,000 service invoice they didn't see coming. Fourth, insurance rate spreads between carriers on these cars are enormous, with published data showing full coverage on a Huracan running anywhere from around $2,100 a year, with the cheapest carriers up past $6,000 with pricier ones, meaning shopping multiple insurers before committing is one of the single highest leverage things a new owner can do to control their real annual cost. So who's actually managing this well, and what separates a genuinely satisfied owner from one who's underwater on the whole experience? The buyers who do best are almost always the ones who treated the sticker price as the entry fee rather than the full cost, budgeting from day one for a 5-figure annual maintenance and insurance bill rather than discovering it service visit by service visit, and who shopped insurance across several specialized high-performance carriers rather than accepting whatever their regular provider quoted for an ordinary policy. On the Revuelto specifically, the buyers coming out ahead financially are overwhelmingly the ones who secured an allocation early, before the waitlist stretched out and secondary market prices climbed, since anyone paying today's used market premium is accepting real downside risk if that scarcity eases. Buyers who genuinely struggle with these cars are typically the ones who financed near the top of their budget on the purchase price alone, leaving no real cushion for the maintenance spikes, brake replacements, and insurance renewals that arrive whether or not the car ever leaves the garage. How do people actually end up regretting a purchase that, on paper, was supposed to be the realization of a lifelong dream? Almost nobody regrets it, because the car underperforms or feels disappointing to drive. These are genuinely extraordinary machines that deliver exactly the experience buyers expect. They regret it because they calculated affordability purely around whether they could make the purchase happen, whether that meant financing the sticker price or paying the secondary market premium on a Revuelto, without running the full 5-year picture of insurance, maintenance, brake service, and fuel that follows every single year afterward, regardless of how often the car actually gets driven. Okay, so let's put the real numbers side by side. A Huracan buyer purchasing around $250,000, financing a portion of it, and budgeting realistically for insurance, maintenance, and the eventual carbon ceramic brake bill, is looking at total 5-year ownership costs in the neighborhood of $257,000 on top of the purchase price itself, according to recent industry cost breakdowns, meaning the true cost of 5 years of Huracan ownership can realistically double the original sticker price once every category is accounted for. Now the Revuelto version, a buyer securing a new allocation at the roughly $680,000 to $750,000 configured price point, rather than chasing the secondary market premium and budgeting for an annual ownership cost that recent comprehensive breakdowns place somewhere between $188,000 and $222,000 a year, once insurance, maintenance, and financing are combined, is looking at a genuinely different order of financial commitment, one that only makes sense for a buyer whose overall wealth is built to absorb numbers at that scale without strain. So yeah, can you actually afford a Lamborghini Huracan or Revuelto? If the question is simply whether you can finance or pay outright for the sticker price, that's genuinely the easier half of this equation compared to what comes after, since the real, ongoing cost of insurance, maintenance, fuel, and eventual big-ticket repairs on either of these cars can rival or exceed the purchase price itself over a normal ownership period. The real test isn't whether the dealership will let you drive one home, it's whether you've budgeted honestly for a 5-figure annual bill that shows up every single year the car exists, whether it's parked in a garage or being driven the way it was built to be. The owners who genuinely love this experience years in aren't the ones who simply found a way to make the purchase happen. They're the ones who understood, before they ever signed, that the sticker price was just the beginning of the real financial relationship with the car. Subscribe, and we'll do this again next week with the next dream car that costs more than the number on the window.